Bethan's kitchen and garden. I've started outside my mini greenhouse today as I want to show you the onion harvest I've had. I harvested my onions before I went on holiday, so about 2 weeks ago, and I put them in my greenhouse to dry. I probably harvested some of them a bit earlier as some leaves had fallen over, you know, they sort of flop over at the base of the neck, and some of them had, but not all of them had. But I thought I'd take them up because I was a bit worried that if we had wet weather when I was away, they might have started to rot. So I thought it was better to pull them up, which is what I did. And I'll show you what I've got now. So here is the greenhouse, handily doubling up as a drying rack. So up here I've got shallots. There are two different kinds of shallots here. Those shallots at the back are the ones I grew from set, which I got from the garden centre, and I haven't done too bad with them. I've got about 3 rows there, and they're all looking pretty good. I think they're a reasonable size, so I'm very happy with them. And these shallots I grew from seed, but they didn't separate like the ones from sets. I don't know if ones from seed are meant to separate, but these haven't, so they've just become sort of like onions really. But I was very happy with them because for the cost of a pack of seeds, I think that's not a bad return really. Over here I've got my white onions. These are the Elsa Craig onions from seed, and in the back I've got my red Baron from seed. So they're not a bad size, some of them are small, some of them are big. They're all a bit variable, to be totally honest, but I was happy with those ones. This one is very big, but then if I've come around to here, I've got these little small tiddlers. So like I say, they're all a bit variable, but I was happy with what I got from the seed I sown. So I will try from seed again next year. And then if I come down to here and I start on this side, all here is, as it'll say on the ticket, those are all my bolted onions. So I haven't got any room in my freezer to chop them all up, so they're just here, and basically I eat them up as and when I need them for cooking or eating fresh, and they're absolutely fine. All they've got is sort of like a little stem in the centre, or not always in the centre, just somewhere inside, and I just cut that out because it's a bit tough, and they're fine to eat. They just don't store all that well. And those were from set, if I didn't say that before. And these are my onions from set as well, and I think there's a mixture here of ones I bought from the garden centre and ones I bought from a specialist. Well, I say a specialist. I bought a pack of garlic and a pack of onions for something like £8 from, I can't remember where they were from now. And a fair few of them have bolted, so I'm not completely impressed with the harvest from the ones I bought from set. I'm happier with the ones that I bought from seed, and I think next year I'm going to grow the ones from set and the ones from seed, but I don't think I'll overwinter anything because I've done it for the last 2 years, and I think I'll just try some spring sowing this year and start the seeds off about January, February time. So that is my plan. Let's go and do a potato reveal now. Woo! As promised, a potato reveal. Now I've got 2 bags here of jazzy potatoes. I didn't plant them in my original potato planting video because I didn't have the seed potatoes. A neighbour from up the road gave these to me afterwards, and I thought, oh well, I might as well plant them. So I planted, I think it was 5 seed potatoes per bag, and I've had a bit of a boo-boo this year really with my potatoes because I've planted too many seed potatoes in the bags and the pots. So we have had potatoes, but we haven't had as big a yield as we did last year when I planted them in smaller pots, but just 1 potato per pot. So I think next year in these size bags, which are about 30 litres, I'll just plant 3 seed potatoes and see how I get on with that. But I think with gardening, you do learn a lot from doing the wrong thing, and you do kind of remember how you did it wrong rather than how you did it right. Or at least that's me. That's why I keep these vlogs, because a lot of the time I go, oh, how did I do this last year? And I'll have a look back and find out. And anyway, I'm rambling now. Let's get on with the potato reveal. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned, I've already rummaged around in this pot quite a bit. Well, not quite a bit, but we've had about 2 meals out of this pot. But this one is fresh. So we'll start with this one and see how many potatoes we've got. Right, well that's it. No, I'm only joking. I'm going to get on now and harvest the rest, and I'll bring you back when I'm done. There's the harvest from the first bag. I'm now going to empty the half, the other bit of the second bag. I've got a smaller Tupperware here because my expectations are lower as I've already rummaged around. I've just emptied that out. I thought I'd show you the state of these bags. And whilst things grow well in these bags, I do find that they don't last very long. I bought this last year, and so I've had 2 seasons out of it. And it might be worth investing in a pot if you're going to grow in containers, as they're not very durable. And also the other thing I find with the bags is when the plant grows and the leaves start to flop down, the bag then flops at the sides, and when you water, you end up with a lot of the water running off the bags. Whereas with the pots, because you've got the firmer side, the water stays in the pots more. So I would recommend using a pot rather than a bag. I hope you wasn't waited with bated breath for my my second harvest. Now, as I said, I have had a couple of meals out of that bag, but I was thinking there was more in there than that. But there we are. That's what I've got today. So those are my onion and potato harvests. And I think every year you garden, you grow your own food. It's always a bit of an experiment, isn't it? Even though you've done it a few times, you always get things wrong, or you get things right and you have a really good harvest. So from now on, I will definitely not be growing as many seed potatoes in those bags or pots. I think it will be 3 potatoes per big bag like that. And I think next year I'm gonna try growing my earlies in the ground as well. So I'm gonna split them. I'm gonna grow some in pots and some in the ground, just to see how they're grown, if I've got the beds available over the allotment, which I'm hoping to have. But there we are. That was my potato reveal. Slightly embarrassed now, but never mind. If my failings can help someone not do the same thing, then I'm happy to share. So I hope you enjoyed my vlog today on how my onions and potatoes have gone this year. I do still have 4 pots of potatoes out there. I've got my Sapo Mira, my Maris Piper, my Desiree and my Pink Fir. So we'll see how they are going. But all the foliage on them have died away now really, so they won't be doing much more growing. But maybe I'll show you how one of those pots are if I feel like I want to brave it again. So hopefully I'll catch you next time. Thank you for watching, commenting and subscribing, and this has been a lovely job ish.